Hello, good afternoon. YouTube appears to be actually cooperating today. So hopefully we'll have an actual stream that isn't a disaster, unlike last time. That would be very, very good. The YouTube ingest servers basically ruined the last stream. Everything was super choppy and didn't work. With that, I know it's an unusual, it's a Friday stream, not a Thursday stream, so let's get started playing a few things. I'm going to start by playing my favorite American plane, which is also the plane that I think is the best premium plane in the game, the F5C. If you're going to have one rank 6 premium, get this. It lets you grind the entire American tree, which is probably the deepest, best tree in the game. And it allows you to have the best premium in the game for as an overall grinder. Just a fantastic silver lining grinder. It's a fantastic grinder of nearly everywhere. Which is kind of awesome. All right, let's see here. We're actually not lagging and tearing everywhere. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you for being better today. I don't really know what was with the ingest servers, but it was awful last stream. It's screaming at me. There's no audio. But there is audio. I don't know what YouTube's issue is. It's clearly coming through. I kind of like that they added these maps. Like 70s maps now, Golden Heights, several 60s maps. Golden Heights and stuff like that. It is weird, we have 60s maps, but we have lots of 70s airplanes now. Or even running into the 80s, so. Let's see, let's make sure we don't have tearing. But this looks actually playable. And YouTube, what is happening? Hey Data, why are we back to slideshow? As soon as the bitrate kicks up, like I'm actually using the bitrate, everything just completely chugs off the ingest server. Please tell me this isn't happening again. This was just fine testing it. But this looks like an absolute slideshow. We are back. I just switched to the backup server and this actually looks better. So clearly this is something with the primary, yeah, that looks better. This is clearly something between me and the primary YouTube ingest server that is just really screwing with things. But this actually looks like frame rate, right? Yay! Yay! Backup YouTube ingest server. Why, for whatever reason, as soon as I start sending any amount of data to the primary server, it just craps on me. Hi, Data. Yeah, if you guys get the like button, by the way, that would be awesome. Yeah, now hopefully we're actually like going to be able to play today. Somehow I don't think the backup server looks as good, but the HG162 is going to 6.0. It's the backpack, the rucksack rocket. It's still going to be terrible. The bigger one is they're fixing, well, not the bigger one. HG162 is a big one. But they're fixing the F104J versus the two F104Gs. Once those got flares, they stayed at 10.3 and the F104J was at 10.7. So that's actually flip-flopping, which means the Starfighters, and as you know, someone who loves Starfighters, the Starfighters are in a place that makes a bit more sense now. I think that Draken is just completely stalled out. I mean, I don't think he's moving. And Drakens had no flares, so if they're slow, they cannot dodge at all. Let's turn inside this Draken. He got it real slow. Make sure I'm not getting just nuked there. He is very, 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 very slow. And he is very, 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 very dead. Don't get slow in a Draken. Once you're slow, there is no saving you. Okay, I gotta watch to make sure no one's coming over to not save me. All right, so that's 2 Drakens dead. Yep. See, I need to look and make sure there's no side angle there. That F-86K was trying to get on me. I need to speed back up again. I got too slow with that second Draken. So I'm just exiting the fight basically to build up speed. The problem is we are in bad hurt here. I think I'm the only one that basically killed anybody. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we want to come back in, but maybe with a little bit more speed again. Yeah, we're back up to close to Mach again. The crotch rocket? Could be a crotch rocket. But I prefer rucksack rocket because it really does look like you're wearing a it really does look like you're wearing a backpack rocket. Okay, everybody, I do not want to head on the entire world here. I do have enough speed that shouldn't be too much of a problem to dodge everybody. Thing is, if you're slow too, you can't dodge head-ons. All right, I sort of need this fight to break up. I need that A10 and the F4C over there. I don't want to fight 3-4 at a time. I want to fight 1 at a time, or 2 at the worst. This A5 doesn't appear to be paying attention. Okay, he's cutting back in me. He's cutting in my turn, but he's an A5. He's a brick. Oh, I just missed him. That's my fault. I should have actually hit that shot. I'm not going to hit this with the missile, but I will be able to lead him. He dead. Alright. Now I just need to watch this A5. I don't know if he has missiles or not. His performance is just bonkers because he's an A5. That plate is ridiculous. Like, not super maneuverable. It's kind of a brick. But not being super maneuverable also means he rockets up and down vertically. Oh, he's gonna head on an A5, A10. We will be happy with that. That means he's not the brightest bulb. A5 is a horrible plane for head-ons. Ace crit. It has 2 wing-mounted, low-velocity, sort of ineffective cannons. They're World War II cannons, so you kind of want to always head on an A5 if you can. And you don't want to add people on if you're in an A5. Okay, let's see. Who's left? Okay, that A5 is dead, so there's 3 planes left. It looks like they're all bomber guys. Advantage of this plane as a grinder, which is why I say it's the best premium, is after you kill stuff, you can always pick up a couple of pillboxes. Your guns are awesome for general ground pounding, right? So it's a little bit extra RP, a little bit extra stuff. He is not the brightest like all A5. It's not true. I play my A5 sometimes. You have to learn to turn the engine off on your A5. At full bore afterburner, that thing is just an absolute brick. But see, this is a huge advantage of these guns. A lot of the Soviet premiums don't have cannons that can easily just tear up pillboxes or whatnot. So there's nobody for me to kill right now. Instead of running back to base, I'm just going to go ahead and... Well, that looks like I'm going to fly into a tree trying to get that one. I'll pick up 3-4 pillboxes here. I didn't need that extra burst. And by doing that, right, it's a fair amount of RP and like just those 4 pillboxes is a fair amount of RP and Silver Lions that I'm getting extra grinding. I don't really need RP at the moment because I pretty much ground out the whole US tree, but that's what makes this plane such awesome premium. I have the A5. Yes, I do have the A5. Thanks for the likes as you guys join the channel, by the way. Also, if you're watching and you're not in there is a squadron now for us. If you want to join in an active squadron that actually does things, has people online for the most part. I mean, you do have to play with some of the people in this chat, but feel free to join the squadron is this one here. LK.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Oh, it's a Harrier. That's who's left. 1 Harrier. He didn't do anything and went back to base. He must have just fired his 2 missiles and missed and then went back to base. Mr. Numbers, I have no idea what's going on with this guy. And I don't know what he was flying either, to tell you the truth. Okay, and Mr. Numbers is in an A5 in space. Awesome. A5 in space is going to be a lot of fun to deal with. Maybe our A10 can get a kill here, because I got an A10 and an F-105 with bombs on my team. So this is going to be fun. Trying to win this. And we do have the ground, we do have the actual ticket lead though, due to the A10 shooting stuff. No, he's dead. Awesome. He got missiled. How do you get missiled in A10? Just pop your flares on continuous and keep going. Hey, Alan Black. Hey, I hope the squadron goes too. I mean, it's open. You know, we'll advertise on YouTube or whatever, community squadron. I'm sure people will come and go out of it, but it's nice for people to grind squadron vehicles and stuff like that. Stay active on the Discord. Sadly, due to your max issues, you're not able to play for 2 weeks. Don't kick anybody. I mean, I'll kick people out if it's full. But that's a ways off. Alright, so now it's just me and this F-105 who's doing nothing. I don't understand anything. Oh, our F-105 is dead. So this is 3-on-1 now. I don't understand what Gaijin does with BRs for blue water ships. I don't understand why you grind up from destroyer to cruiser to battleship, which means all the higher BR stuff is just battleships on battleships. It doesn't create any. This guy's bombing here. Does it create any sort of like balanced naval combat? I mean, at least the one thing that World of Warships gets right is that there's destroyer, cruiser, aircraft carrier, battleship all at the same tier. So you get a mix across the board. It's never BBs on BBs, true, because silver full top tier, but the way the tiering is going, that's how we're headed. I also don't play War Thunder Naval because, well, many reasons, that being one of them. I'm sure there is somebody that does. I'm sure there's somebody that streams War Thunder Naval. I have no idea what that sick person does. This is a problem. I should have popped the different orders so they couldn't blind hunt me. I'm chatting with chat, not paying attention. This is gonna really be problematic, actually. Oh, this guy's gonna head me on. Okay. We crit him and then died to the SPSK. He had our 60s behind me. Yeah, I should have popped another order so I could take them 1v1. I'm talking to the one naval player in the chat, yeah. Yeah, in that case, if you pop a different order, they can't blind hunt you. Because what happens when you blind hunt and they know you're the last player is you have to, it's automatically all 3 zerging you. And they know where you are, you don't see them. You can't really like outplay them at that point. That was I should have popped the ground RB order. That would have prevented them from popping blind hunt. That would have allowed me to pick off like that one guy who was bombing or something like that. But this is the thing with the F5, right? So this is just running premium time. Like, I mean, it's 15,000 RP and 70, 80,000. I mean, it's a good game. The thing is, like, I got an extra 10k, silver lions just for killing those 4 pillboxes running around, right? Like that kind of stuff like adds up quickly when you're grinding, and you get a surprising amount from just popping a pillbox here or there. I mean, not going to get 3 kills every game, but this plane's awesome. It's the best grinder in the game. Yeah, it's all the premiums are flawed in some way, right? Like it'd be great if this thing had awesome missiles, but then it would be the F5E. It would be 11.0. Speaking of which, let's play the F5E. I haven't played the F5E in a while. I think it's in kind of a bad spot right now. Because you don't have radar missiles, and the dogfighting meta is even further out at top tier. And because you're 11.0, you basically see top tier constantly. But you still have... Ooh, I should pop my... No, I'll say that for later. But you still have the old repair cost from when the F5E was really strong, right? What's the repair cost on this? 19,000 almost spaded. So yeah, 18,600. So yeah, maybe it's in a bad spot. You don't play War Thunder, you have no idea what's going on. Your plane goes burr. That's basically what happens, yes. Multiple kill air games are good in Araby. Let's put it that way. If you get 2 kills in a game, you've had a good game. Just guys are waffle, man. Getting SL, yeah. Don't die. Number one way to get silver lions, don't die. Then you don't pay repair costs. And number 2 way, get good. That's why I'm perpetually broke. I guess if you also stop grinding trees. So, I mean, I think if you're like, you know, 10,000 hour War Thunder player and you've ground all the air trees, then you're not buying planes or crewing them and stuff like that anymore, then obviously there's nothing else to spend Silver Lions on. But until then, you're always broke. Or if you just play like 1,000 games of 1 premium. Yeah, but naval players, isn't it easier to get Silver Lion in naval? Like everybody who plays naval has more Silver Lions. This is so weird coming to this plane from the F5C. It's basically the same plane, just with way better engines. It accelerates like twice as fast as the F5E does. Or the F5C does. This monster power to weight ratio. The problem is the MLDs out dogfight you. They have way better missiles, and they have pulse doppler and can radar you in the head on, radar and shoot you in the head-ons from low level. So the low level mastery of the old F5E is kind of gone. So I think it is, but it keeps the repair costs from when it first came out, when it was kind of stomping on everything. So not really sure what to make of this plane right now. I think it's one of those planes that sort of had its moment, and now it's not many. I don't see many of them being played. German early naval? Yeah, isn't there that USS Moffat, the destroyer, right? The premium destroyer that everybody grinds for naval credits? Or for Silver Lions in naval too? I feel like naval's... I feel like they try to get people to play naval by making it have like high Silver Lion reward. How does the stream look on this server? It looks mushy. It's not great. I don't know why the ingest servers seem different for me. There's something about the way my network provider appears to them. I do have a radar, but it's like a pretty primitive radar. It doesn't do much of anything. This is a very much a visual, like, dogfighter. I need to wait for the enemy team to be spotted. I need to join the furball once it's already started. The problem is, my team is already losing players. I'm already down two players. Ugh. And against the MiG teams, being down 2 players is rough. Now we're down 3 players. Ugh, we're losing the beyond visual range missile fight, and this plane just cannot participate in that, which was what makes it a little bit frustrating. Like, early game carrying these days is nuking players when they don't see you. Does he know I'm here? I'm not sure he knows I'm here. I think he's focused on that oh, come on! He's focused on that head-on, and then he was so focused he headed him on directly. See, now I wasted 1 missile. I've only got 2 missiles. A lot of other top-tier stuff has, you know, 6 missiles. 8 missiles. I do not fear your squirt pistol in the head-on. Not with as maneuverable as this plane is. I also fear the fact I don't see anybody. Where is the enemy team? And by the way, when you don't see the enemy team, it means they are above you. Dodge that MF. I need to keep my speed up, though. Okay, I found some friends. Let's see. He's gonna launch on me. This is MiG-23. For sure. Unless he's a complete idiot. There's another one. Alright, I'm gonna have to dogfight these 2. This is... One, MiG-23M. I'm relatively okay dogfighting. I was hoping to get to my team here soon, But my team is... I'm split from them now. Oh, that missile's not breaking? There you go. But I lost a ton of speed dodging there. Woo! Alright, we'll take the team kill. Okay, if I'm fighting this many people, where is my team? The F5C I can kind of ignore because he's a worse version of me. It's these MiG-23s that are the problem. Alright, I need to get faster again. I am very slow. I know this F5's slow though. He's the one who team killed, so I don't think he's going to be smart with his missiles. Good, he's dead. Alright, Kafir came by. Defensive flying. I guess we kind of won the game while I was busy staying alive, which is F5 things. Dodge the R60M in the head-on. I want credit for that team kill, by the way, because I'm the one who caused it. There you go. Eat it, sucker. Who's left? Somebody who was bombing. Don't... Did you see the Kafir over there trying to kill steal on me? Come on, buddy. I definitely was the one who killed that thing.
Heading to the base.
Is there any pillboxes to kill over here? I still have a missile, but I don't have much fuel left. I burned a ton of fuel. The longer you say it, afterburner on this. You could bring a heli to naval enduring confrontation, but you can't use it. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I guess, like, what would you be able to launch it from? Is that the problem? Let's kill these yaks. Killing the AI planes actually helps a ton in winning the match because they cause the point bleed. I have a missile to use here, so... Don't lock the Kafir. Back to base for more missiles and more gas, most importantly. So yeah, F5E, this was actually not a top tier game. This is an 11.0 game, which is unusual. I didn't know you could bring helicopters to naval EC. I mean, it would make sense that you should be able to, like, well, I don't think there's any ship in the game that you could technically launch a helicopter from. Be kind of cool, though, if you could. Alright, so this guy had 2 kills. I don't know what he's flying. What does it say? Does he fly a bunch of stuff, or... Oh, he's playing an SPSK. Okay, alright. That's almost all he flies. Oh, there is an airfield? Yeah, there is an airfield, but maybe it's like they're not going to allow you to say helicopters have the range or something like that. But if it's... the F5 is really easy to defensive fly in, though. It is the strength of this plane. And also, no offense, but those guys didn't really do the best job targeting me. Those 2 MiGs, the 2 MiG-23s just stayed right with each other instead of splitting. So I could sort of like flare and defensive fly against one of them. And then there was a team kill behind me as well. So it kind of kept the pig pile alive. But yeah, the F5 is an awesome defensive flyer. Ooh. Ooh, I got real slow. There we go, we can land now.
Our victory is near.
Who did I kill? Oh, I killed that MiG-23. That's right. Somewhere in there we killed somebody. Well, that Kafir is flying. That dude is... He came in hot. Alright. Our Vigan got 4 kills. Nice, good on him. Thank you, Vigan. So a MiG-21 SPSK somewhere, and I don't know, Su-7, I don't know what this guy was. Some bomber variety. Let's see how it goes. Yes, it's a bug that the flaps don't automatically raise themselves. Thanks for yelling at me. I don't have any thoughts. No thoughts. Ah, see, told you he was playing a MiG-21. Yeah, that guy's, oh, he's bombing in an F5. What a waste of that plane. I generally really only play fighters because ARB doesn't reward anything other than fighters. So I treat War Thunder basically like it's an ARB only game, and then I pretty much only play fighters out of it. I guess I could play some other stuff from time to time, but that Vigan has 5 kills. That poor MiG-21. I don't know if you ever saw the Vigan coming. I wish you had like a way to like compliment people like you have in World of Warships or something like that, where you'd be like, good job. He's had an excellent game. He carried this game.
And victory will be ours.
Look at this, all the rest of us have 1 kill. Oh, the Mirage 3E, the absolute boat of a Mirage got shot down. Big surprise. Okay, I was like, that Vigan better flare. I was gonna be very disappointed if that Vigan died here, but. And he's going to, yeah, he's going to fire that missile, and we're good. So here's what I want to do differently if we're going to 2v1 as opposed to what those 2 MiGs did. Which is stay spread from each other. Oh, he cut underneath it. Nice cut. Right, because the F5 is going to get slow. So as the Vigan is coming in there, I mean, we both outperformed this guy. So the Vigan makes that pass there, right? And then I want to be making the next pass as the Vigan pulls away. So we both are outperform the F5, and so he'll just run out of energy. See, he's too slow there to dodge me. And this way we're both just not on his tail. He can't dodge both of us at the same time. I mean, he is basically stationary at this point. Look at that guy. I did the hard work there, come on. Choose data. Mr. Kafir. Anyways, F5E. Yeah, I think if you don't face like the rare game like that one where you're not facing 11.3s, it's a pretty good plane. But most of the time you're in 11.3 games and it's a lot trickier to deal with. I wish you had more flares too, quite honestly. It doesn't have a ton of flares. So defensive flying is enhanced a lot by having flares. It gets in trouble sometimes. I have to respade the F-80 because they added some new secondary weapons. What did they add? But I don't... Oh, a 2-time AIM-9C load? No. Gross. Why would I only do that? That sounds terrible. That loadout just sounds terrible. I got to do the Mark 84 bombs. Oh, I haven't researched the bullpups. Okay, all right. So the F-80 does have a radar, and you can run radar missiles. The AM, the radar version of the Sidewinders, which were only used by the Crusaders, they're, wow. I mean, in a down tier, they're kind of fun, but in an up tier, they're useless, absolutely useless. They're only really useful against planes that have no idea that you have radar missiles. But this plane is really good. It's quite maneuverable, very, very maneuverable. Has awesome guns. Same guns as the F5, but 4 of them instead of 2. Win the required number of battles with teamwork or supporting fire. I should change that because that's just not really controllable. How many jets? You don't know much about fighting with the more modern jets. I mean, weapon systems matters the most. There are some I mean, if you have similar weapon systems, then how maneuverable and how performant your plane is. But in general, weapon systems and being able to use the weapon systems matter the most in top tier jets. So like MiG-23 has awesome weapon systems. And so does the Viggen, so does the, F4 FGRs or the F4J or whatever, or the F4 EJ Kai. But the MiG-23 is the most maneuverable of them, so that makes it the best. But the less maneuverable MiG-23s aren't as good as the other top tier ones, if that makes sense. So it's very dependent on weapon systems first, like weapons platform first, then overall maneuverability and performance characteristics after that. Because pretty much everything at 10.3 and up is kind of bonkers performance, with a few here and there differences, but like if you gave this plane a pulse Doppler radar and AM7Fs, it would suddenly be an 11.0, even though it performance-wise isn't up there with the top tier F4s. Let's go. This plane is so much fun though. It's really maneuverable and it really does have awesome guns. 4 of the rotary cannons, right in the nose, easy to aim. It looks cool too. High wing, kind of an unusual shape. Plus, the big mouth. I kind of want to climb. I could have taken radar missiles actually in this tier. I could have got 2 radar missiles and 2 infrared missiles, but I just prefer the AM9Ds over the radar missiles. Radar missiles are kind of situational and not super easy to use. Basically the plane on the front, exactly. Oh, bruh. It's very much the bruh plane. All right, let's see here. Everybody's on the deck already? Weird game. I don't want, there's gonna be planes higher up though, probably A5s, because I see Chinese here, and I don't see any A5s down there. So that tells me there's A5s in space above me, so I just need to really pay attention. Okay. MiG-19 there. I'm also slightly watching the radar here. I want to see if there's anybody that gets like isolated out. Like this MiG-21.
The enemy's getting closer.
Maybe
to
that
victory.
G91 is isolated out. Let me turn into this F-86. I don't want to be an easy kill. Just ease in.
Cover me.
He really doesn't want to dogfight me. Maybe he does. It appears that he does. Reasons that are very unclear to me, he wants to dogfight me. Let me make sure I don't get missile. Oh, there's the A5. Remember I told you there was an A5 around?
Somebody cover me.
Oh, there's the A5. I knew there was an A5 somewhere, and I needed to just wait out the game until I found him. Not always. You just have to look until, once you know that they're gone. I should have just waited until I saw the A5. I got a little greedy dogfighting the F-86, which would have been an easy kill, but I knew, I even said it, right? I knew there would be an A5 above me. I just kind of I got a little greedy and wasn't patient enough. We'll play again. But I should have thought that one through. And waited until I knew that there was a Chinese plane in the game too, and I hadn't seen any other Chinese planes, so I knew that there was still an A5. And I needed to just wait until I finally spotted him. Because once you get in a 1v1 dogfight, you're much more likely to die from somebody outside the dogfight than the person you're dogfighting, if that makes sense. Because you're slow and it's easy for someone to come through. And let's see what game this is. So 10.7 max, because there's a 9.7 here. I guess it's a 10.3 game. Okay, so we can run the radar missiles if we want to. 90. Where is my combination? This one. So I can run the 9Cs of the radar missiles. You can see them up top. So they're the ones with the white, the non, like infrared seeker cap, but the white nose, the missile up on top. It might be useful in the head-ons because they're going to be A5s up high. Maybe they're not expecting radar missiles from a Crusader. Let's see. I don't use them that often. Generally, I just run the 4 IR missiles. I like the 9Ds because they have quite a lot of range. The U.S. Navy versions of the Sidewinders all have more range than the Air Force versions. There's also the versions the Brits use. So let's climb up. We won't be above the A5s, but I just kind of want to be roughly-ish on the same altitude so they're not getting easy diving shots on me. Getting caught in that mid-level altitude like I was last time was just poor positioning. It took me a while to find everybody. I wasn't good about it. Let's go. Get up to about... Oh, there is somebody up here, as I see a flash. I'm on radar. Lock him up. See this radar? God, it's so slow. I know that there's somebody roughly up at this altitude. I caught them, and now I don't... And they were briefly on the radar. And now my radar doesn't spot them. There he is. This radar is really poor. Okay, now I know where he is. I'll try to relock him. I don't want him to chaff completely. I mean, at that altitude, he's gonna have trouble dodging this. I don't know if he sees it. See, this is the one thing the radar missiles are good for, is head-ons like this. Oh, but they're so unmaneuverable. All he had to do was turn in, and he didn't chaff, he didn't do anything. He just turned in slightly, and it was enough to dodge the 9C. That was a good launch, too. And that's why I don't run them that often, even when you have ideal scenarios like that. I mean, I guess I chase him down from altitude a bit, but... A-10s killing each other. I didn't get the kill to start the game. One of the A5 is still around. Oh, there he is. He's on the deck. Okay, so now we've chased everybody down. There's nobody left up here. All right, so we're not going to make the mistake we made last game, so. But now, I only have 2 of my good missiles I can use down low. I don't love my decision-making here. Oh. Let's surprise an A5 from a... Wow, that missile just tracked weirdly. I don't know what that was doing. And see, down low, now I'm out of infrared missiles, because I missed with that one. And down low, I simply cannot track. My radar doesn't work. Ground clutter interference, I can't target this guy up. So running the 9C is almost useless at this point. I mean, oh, we almost tracked him for a second. I mean, we can't 1v1 a Harrier relatively easily because a Harrier's a brick. We're faster and have better performance, so. Roll Harrier. Okay. Guess somebody hit him before because he just went straight into the ground there. That was fun. Can we lock this A-10 up? I mean, at this point, I'm going to be using my radar missile. See, that guy's in space at the moment. I mean, if he cuts back in... See, the missile can't track him either, though, which is the other problem. Whereas I switch to IR missile, I can actually track him here. He's gonna get nuked by a Draken.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
0 kills in this game. I don't know what that Harrier was doing, but he flew himself into the ground. Is that gonna track that? Okay. We got a kill. The very last guy in the game. We contributed next to nothing. Yay, go team. And that's kind of why I don't run the radar missiles. I find them very situational. I mean, maybe if we'd hit that A5 early on in the game, it would have been a... something, but... Yeah, I'm still alive. Yep. That's how you don't lose Silver Lions. No, they did get the kill, I guess, at the end. We put pressure by being at altitude and being behind people, but, I mean, in terms of actually contributing too much, that wasn't a great game. Let's see. Let's go earlier in the tree. I'm actually still grinding the first F-80, the very first American jet. Kind of started grinding this recently. I've only gotten a little bit of it into the airframe here. Takes forever to accelerate because it's an early jet. It's so slow. Well, it's fast compared to props. It just takes forever to get up to speed. So once you get slow, you can never get your speed back unless you straight line buzz way off. So if you get into a turning fight, especially if you get a turning fight against super props, like 6.0 props will dunk on this thing. If you get slow, you just have to stay very, very fast comparatively to them. But once you get slow, you get your speed back so poorly. Oh, I want to play F4E. I said I was going to do that too, and I just completely forgot to do it so far. We played F5. I need to play the A10 as well. A bunch of American jets. It is the best jet tree, I think, in terms of like depth, cool planes. You want to play dogfighters, you got the F8s and you got the F5s. If you want to play missile buses, you have the F4s. Hey, Montage Gaming, how you doing, man? As you guys jump in, hit the like button. That would be awesome. Also, if you are playing War Thunder and you don't have an active squadron, there's a squadron, so you guys can jump in that too. I should have looked to see if anybody joined recently. Say hi to them. Oh yeah, we're going. Let's go. God, this is a relatively stock F80, so this is going to be real sluggish acceleration. Imagine a jet trying to... People take biplanes into jet games every once in a while by squatting up, and it's hilarious. I mean, it's basically like someone's a stationary target. You just fly at them and shoot at them. Am I using the frog? What do you mean? This is a full jet game, isn't it? Oh, there's an ATD-1 now. Okay. But I am towards the bottom of this match. I think I'm going to get clobbered. is I bet there are SU-11s right here. Just gonna take a stab at it and guessing there's gonna be SU-11s this game. And as a stock F-80, SU-11s are real nasty. It's a good cockpit though. You can see all, I mean, visibility is fantastic. All right, 262s don't mind. Hose. There's a fair number of 262s. Kikas, I guess. Sagittarios, maybe? I don't know what's going to be in this game. Oh, TU4. Boy. I wonder if I can go ruin somebody's day with their repair cost of TU4. I do have to get up to speed before I can climb them in. Let's go. You can do it, F-80. You can do it. You can accelerate. Come on. Come on, engine. Yeah, I told you there's SU. Oh, and MiG-9s. SU-11s and MiG-9s. Fun. I'm gonna die. I am going to die. A2D1 killed the MiG-9. Okay, alright. God, I am the dead last of the TU other than the people who late spawn. Look at that TU4 way above me. I could probably... I'm going 550 now. I don't think I can get up to him. I mean, he's got to be at 4 or 5... He's about 5,000 meters. I don't really feel like climbing up to him and getting shot immediately, especially when there's an SU-11 just like hovering around. A whole team of reds, and what is my team doing? There's a Kika down here though, and he is kind of separated from his team. Kika, why are you alone? Look at that. He is separated from his team. Is he going to kill? An A2D1 killed a TU4 and a MiG-9. You know what? All right by me. Let's slow down because we are way too fast. Oh, the Kika is bombing? We got a hit. Oh, wow. I almost got nuked by my other F-80. I'm keeping my speed here. Just make sure there's nobody else coming through. Kika's really maneuverable, but he is damaged now, so... Oh, what he's doing. Okay, alright. Well, we'll take the assist where we can get it. Uh, 262s are super fragile. Oh! I am not maneuvering very well. What is my F-80 buddy doing? Getting a hit is so annoying. I think we hit his engine. Oh, come on, 50 cals. Any more hits? I think that SU-11 is gone. Let's see. I don't want to get... No, please. Nah, I got blown up by the A1U1. That SU-11 is still actually alive? No, he's not going to make it back, right? This is the one thing with 50 cals on jets. Hey, not Dawson. You're about to get the 262. Well, yeah, most of the 262s are really, really fragile. Because they have... Their jets are hanging off the, you know, wings. It has a huge frontal area. And then a head-on... And they have relatively low-velocity guns. And a head-on, they can kind of get smacked. Depending on which ME-262 it is. Most of the ME-262s kind of suffer pretty bad. I swear that SU-11 should be dead. Like, there's no way that guy's actually still alive. I want my kill there. SU-11 is the absolute cancer of this BR. Trying to shoot the hose down is also annoying. They can't really kill you, but they're super annoying to hit. Alright, that SU-11 had to die, right? No? We only have 2 planes alive, and if these 2 die before that Su-11 does, then I don't get the kill. Oh, I feel like I deserve that. But yes, the Me-262s with the lowest Me-262 is the best one, I think. Or and the one with the rocket pods, the C model Me-262 gives me problems from time to time. But in general, yeah, they're quite fragile. They're big. Honestly, if you look at one of the 262s, let's see, 262A1, for example. If you look at it from the front, right, you have a huge frontal area, and you have these really exposed, extended engine pods. They're not towards the back of the, I mean, if you take any damage, like you have these big wing roots and you have these big like engine pods down here, and it's in a head-on, they just get splatted. Particularly against narrower stuff like, I don't know, like the F-80 or any of the early Soviet fighters like that Su-11, for example. Well, the Su-11 is also a little bit fragile in head-on, but particularly against props. Like you head on props and then you know, it's some big, little tiny piston prop, and then you miss the head-on, but you're a huge target to get shot at in return. All right, F-80 ground. I kind of want to do it when I see props. Let's see if we get another F-80 game. I will play the F-4E in a minute as well. I promise. A little bit of damage and their performance goes down by a lot, but that's the same for all jets, basically. Damaged jets are almost useless. And as you get above, like this range right here, where the American jets still have 50 cals, okay, the 50 cals sometimes, like you saw that Su-11, I hit him a few times and he didn't blow up, but I mean, higher tier, you're talking about 30 millimeter cannons with huge explosive filler, and jets are really fragile. So you hit people once and they're dead. This is another similar tiered jet game. I was hoping we got super props, but I think we're going to see them. I think we're going to see Su-11. I think the Su-11 spam after the recent sale is like just sucking this entire BR into the Su-11s. Let's see. America! Hey, Captain. How you doing?
Attention to the designated grid zone.
People like to use the Me-262 with the big cannon in ground RB, right? Because you can one-shot tanks with it. The Unicorn, the squadron vehicle one. AP test wasn't bad, good. Which subject were you testing on? Oh, not the squad vehicle, the other one, the one that's in the tree, the tech tree one. I don't play ground RBs, so I always forget which ones people like. Oh, look at how slow we are. Come on, RP. Even not stock, this plane is just accelerates so sluggishly. It's like me trying to run after a lockdown, carrying a few extra pounds and not enough power, if you know what I mean. Come on. Come on, you can do it. We can make it to 600. Let me get there. 600 and then climb a little bit up to maybe 2,500 meters or so, just so I can dive, gain a little altitude. No afterburner. This is the very first American jet, so this is right at the very end of World War II. The P-80/F-80 came about. So this is roughly equivalent to an Me-262 in terms of time, performance and era. No, in general, because it's a bit more aerodynamic, I'd say the F-80 is a better plane than the Me-262 was. Well, yeah, I'm flying American planes today, so I have to use freedom units. I have to remember to say everything in pounds, not in kilos or. Well, I haven't changed my interface though, so it's still kilometers per hour. I actually don't really know how to convert it to miles per hour in the game. Also, why would you do that? Ugh. Miles is such a bad unit of measurement. Doesn't describe anything. Alright, so those are bots. Oh, there's a super props, just an LA9 there. Got an F-84 is way above me. Take what back? Miles is a useless unit of measurement. Or not useless, I mean obviously it has uses, it's just... It's terribly clunky. 5,280 feet? What is a foot? It's hard to work with. So then you just convert it to fractions. A quarter of a mile. But there's no chance that you actually off the top of your head know what a quarter of a mile is in terms of feet.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Okay, just 2v1 up here, so let's move back and help the pack. I don't need to make it a 3v1 on the edge of the map. I have some speed. There's some... Ooh. Some early French jets down here. I am a little above people. There are 4... Look at this. Mine on this F2H. I wonder if we can help them out here. I don't want to... Ooh, I am going... Oh, they headed on the F3D1. Again, we will always take people that die due to dumb head-ons and the enemy team. Look at the roll rate on this, or the... Alright, we crit him. A A28 with no tail is not really the best performing thing in the game. This plane clearly struggles to dogfight when you're going this speed, though. I am handling like an absolute brick. Alright, and here we go. An Oregon. I don't really know how I missed those. But I am not going to turn after him because I have an SU-9 on my tail. I need my speed to dodge. I got 4 on my tail. Let's see. What I want to do is I want to come towards my friends here. I still got that F-84 and the F-2H. Wait, they're running away from me? Where are they going? Buddies, I need you here with me. I should be able to get away from most of these guys. We measure stuff in kilo socialism? Kilos of socialism, maybe. I don't know. That is the rocket powered. Did you see it's ME-262C? He hit his... Notice he just closed on me almost instantly. It's because he hit his rocket pods. The rocket assister pods. He has limited fuel for those, though, so... Dodge. Oh my god, this thing is a brick. We are really a brick right now. That ME-262, the rocket-propelled ME-262, being faster than me. He just hit the rocket engines and closed instantly, and as soon as that happens, you're in trouble. The MiG-9 light's awesome, by the way. Yeah, the ME-262C with the rockets there is... Regular performing ME-262 turns into Jesus ME-262 for about... Oh, what did we get? 25,000 silver lions. Not bad. For about 8 seconds there. And it's all he needs against a stock 7.0 is going to be a disaster. Alright, I said I was going to play the F4 here. This game is fake. America never loses. Lies. I'm probably going to lose this game because America at top tier right now is F4E's kind of... I should get my F4J. I have 2 Phantoms already and I haven't really felt like getting another one. I haven't researched, but I've been spending my silver lions on other trees at the moment. I guess the Chinese tree I'm kind of grinding. Or a Swedish tree. So. Yeah, I never complain about silver lions, the battle rewards, right? It's always nice. What are we at right now? 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 4 losses. 2 wins and 4 losses. US BRs are a little bit... several of the popular US plane BRs are a struggle because you get a lot of attackers. And there's a couple of BRs that are skewed by specific planes. So like A5 at 10.0 really dominates that BR right now. The MiG-9 late and the Su-11 absolutely dominate the sort of 7.0 to 8.0 bracket for the Soviet teams. So, and at 11.0, the Soviet teams dominate hard at 11.3. But we have Chinese on our side. This is actually probably even because we have the Chinese on our side and the Soviets on the other side. And we have the EJ Kais here, so yeah, this might actually be pretty even. I'm debating on what the radar... I want the narrower band radar just because you sweep faster, so you're more likely to pick stuff up that's in front of you. I'm not using it to search, I'm using it mostly for radar guided missiles at this point. So this is Murica, but I love the Greek Air Force camouflage for the F4, so that's what I'm running. That's another one of the War Thunder community camouflages. It just looks cool. I have the Thunderbird one, I think, as well for the F4. But I'm gonna climb because your radar, see how it's green blurring out over here on the side? That's because the F4E does not have a pulse Doppler radar. So the closer you are to the ground, the less effective your radar is. The higher you are, the more effective your radar is, so I'm climbing. It's a big-ish, not really that big of a map. I mean, it's not one of the Spain or Vietnam, like the really big maps. Those are better for F4 in particular. And you get to climb and you can kind of search long distances with the radar, big sweeps with the radar. But here, not so much. So I'm actually gonna get way up. 7,000 meters. I mean, you're a missile bus, so being at an altitude where I can use my missiles to the most advantage. As the Sparrows are really nasty at altitude, and I just can't compete with the other missile buses on the deck because I don't have a pulse Doppler radar. The cockpit is gorgeous in the F4E. Our enemy team is going to be climbing over here. So what we're going to try to do is maybe somebody climb. I'm also going to look on my RWR to see where enemy radars are pinging me at. Everybody seems to be my team mostly that I'm seeing. I don't see any, I'm not getting any RWR back at me. Nothing from altitude up here. Maybe literally nobody climbed. That would be a bummer, but because it's easily my best advantage. Yeah, like 25,000 feet to 27,000 feet, something like that. More like altitude that this plane would actually have fought at in real life, not just everything in this game is on the deck completely. I'm sweeping to see if anybody climbed. Ooh. Yes, see? I did get a radar return on somebody. I knew I did. That guy is not closing with me. This guy is closing with me, and at this altitude I can lock easily. He's not breaking my radar lock. I don't really know if, I don't think he knows I'm here. That's a Vigan. Yeah, tough luck, buddy. So that's the advantage. Like, Vigan will destroy me on the deck because he has a pulse Doppler radar. But up here at altitude, the F4 radar is quite good, and I do have the dogfight Sparrows, which are pretty nasty to dodge. Like, he maneuvered hard there, and it was not enough. So a lot of people are like, oh, F4 is garbage, but they just take the F4E on the deck and try to slam it into a MiG-23 MLD on the deck, and it doesn't go very well for them. So what I'm looking is to see if anybody else pops up, because like, I'm not going to be able to lock most of these guys. They're too close to the ground. See, this MiG-23 is climbing here. I'll be able to lock him. Let's see. I'm annoying him. Maybe this MiG-27? There you go. He's chaffing the daylights out of everything. All right, good, but we burned a lot of his countermeasures. They're just not gonna come off the deck though. The Vulcan. So that MiG-23 is hurt. Wow. That R-60 did not go for a single flare. I didn't even turn the afterburner off. It's normally R-60's not like... Sometimes randomly R-60s just don't go for flares. I guess I could have killed my afterburner there, but I didn't even think about it because it's an R-60. No, it's an R-60. MiG-27 doesn't have anything else but R-60s. Also, in this game, flares and chaff are on the same. Like, if you pop countermeasures and you run mixed countermeasures, you pop flares and chaff. But chaff doesn't really useful for breaking. Chaff is useful for breaking radar lock before missiles launch. Chaff, most missiles in War Thunder ignore chaff or don't treat chaff. Like, it doesn't really break a missile launch once it's launched. Like that Vigan that I missiled at the beginning of the game, right? I sparrowed him. He was popping chaff at the end, and he saw the sparrow just ducked right under his turn and smashed him anyways. Generally, radar missiles don't care too much if you chaff after the missile's been launched. If you chaff before the missile's launched, you'll break the radar lock on standard radars. On pulse Doppler radars, you won't do anything because the pulse Doppler radar will ignore the chaff. For pulse Doppler radars, you have to turn at a, like, I don't know. The radar's coming from my face. I need to turn at a right angle and head opposite, like head perpendicular to the direction that the radar is on, and then I'll break the radar lock. So you break pulse Doppler radar by maneuvering, and you break standard radar at altitude with chaff. But you need to do either one of them really before the missile's launched. War Thunder radar missiles act kind of funny, but they act mostly like almost like active guided, not semi-active guided missiles once they've been fired. Their behavior is a little bit weird. What's my opinion on the event with the free IS-2? I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool. I don't play ground at all. So, but I mean, it's cool that it's a relatively straightforward event to get. Where is it? It's under, what actually it's in, what is it in even? Yeah, wait, that's the Matilda 2 one. It's not in the, I don't remember which one it's in here for the upcoming event. It's Legend of Victory, right? Yeah, and you get the IS-2. That's kind of cool. I mean, I think it's awesome that they have stuff that you can grind relatively straightforward. I do like the fact that the Battle Pass vehicles are pure premiums now. I wish they, like this is also a change that they made. So the current Battle Pass, if you get like the P-51 here, it's an actual premium, not just a limited edition event vehicle. So you'll get premium rewards for it. It's kind of nice to have relatively straightforward premiums for people to get. Because being able to grind silver lines, I think the Elephant is also, the Elephant is also a premium, which I think they've changed it so that all the event vehicles are premiums now, which is kind of cool. And Freedom Land, because I'm in socialist Europe, I always lose. Oh. I mean, in European wars, some European country has to win and some European country has to lose. Hi, Skids, by the way. I didn't say hi to everybody. Hey, Bruz, British Army. I generally don't play with people on stream, but you can join. There is a squadron here, the LastKaiser Squadron here, that we just started. So if you want to join the squadron, there are games pretty regularly in the Discord server as well. So you can jump on the War Thunder channel on the Discord server. But generally on stream, I don't play with people unless I know them quite well. So there's a couple of people that I play games with on stream. In general, though, I don't, just because I'd like to have played together a few times. You'll join? All right. And to get 25k mission score over 2 days, 5 times in a row. It's not that difficult, yeah. 25k mission score? Okay, yeah. I kind of, let's see, what do I want to play? We'll play the A10 just for the memes. Still grinding it anyways. I think we did a stream where I was primarily grinding the A10. Where am we at on the grind on the A10? I have most of the useful stuff. Oh, I still need to get the cover. Okay. And then after that, it's like belts for the gun and stuff for ground RB that I don't really use. But let's go. Hey, Ghostworks. Had to mow your grandpa's. Well, I mean, I don't normally stream on Friday anyways. So, I mean, Friday's not on. I'm just doing it because the stream was such a disaster on Tuesday because of the YouTube ingest server. And by the way, it started badly today too. I switched the backup server today and everything's fine. So, yeah, not you mean 2,500 for mission score, right? It's a little harder to get that high in RRB. There's just not as many targets to kill, not as many player vehicles to kill. And you only get one respawn, right? So it's basically 2,500 on a single respawn. So mission scores are lower in RRB. But Silver Lion rewards are better. And RP rewards are way better in RRB. Oh! AM9Ls against 10.0s. Let's go. 9.0s it looks like. No, there's F104G, so 9.3. It's a 9.3 to 10.3 game. Okay. Against 9.3s. Oh yeah. You got a 14 kill ground RB game? That's pretty good. That's like 3-4 kills per vehicle, right? I mean, it's not that often that I have like 3-4 kill RB games, you know, 4 of them in a row. That would be pretty impressive. I'm going to climb into these clouds to make it harder to see me. The whole reason for me to come up here is just to climb up into these clouds and then hide. Also, this plane and the F80 are about the same speed. We were playing the F80 at 7.0. It's roughly about as fast as this plane. There you go. Let's get to about 2,000 meters here. What we're looking for is the MiG-21s or the A5s, because they're going to be MiG-21s and A5s. And I'm looking for them coming high and like swinging around behind, but it'll be harder for them to spot me to dive on me if I'm like skirting through the clouds, which is what I'm doing right now. The lower they get, the better for me. The less likely it is that they're just plummeting from space onto me and smacking me. P40? Yeah. People don't know how to kill the Titan. Don't you just shoot them? Isn't that killing? I'm joking. I'm joking. I think basically you just wave at them. All right. Ooh, there's a radar lock. Who is radar locking me? That is going to be a MiG-21 probably. I'm just skirting along here in the clouds, getting into the fight, and not getting just slammed right from the beginning. Look at these SU-7s. Come out of the cloud. Surprise AM9L. I think he's looking at the head-on. He's... Oh. There goes my kill. I feel like I worked hard for that kill. I was in a good spot. Yeah. This plane is so bad at head-ons. I mean, we Brited the A5, which is also bad at head-ons, but we need to go RTB now. This plane just is big, long wings and engines, and you just take so much damage in a head-on. So, I mean, it's nice that we killed that A5. He caught the bird right in the face, but I really actually prefer not. You know what? I don't want to call attention to myself. But I am going to have to pop. If he's actually closing on me, yeah, I'm going to have to pop flares now. I am a damaged A10. This is a bad combination. But that stops him from missiling me.
I just can't maneuver. Ooh, yeah. A little disappointed I didn't get that SU-7 at the beginning, but I really honestly shouldn't have taken the head-on against the A5. You shouldn't really take head-ons unless it's at range, but the snap head-ons in particular, the A10 is such a huge target, you really shouldn't take head-ons in the A10 against pretty much anything. Even stuff like A5, which is pretty crap in head-ons as well. You're just too easy to hit, and you're actually surprisingly fragile. There's these big engines here, so what happens is you get shot in these wing roots, right? So you don't get pilot snipe because you have tons of armor. Like if you look at the armor viewer, right? Like, I mean, I got this armored titanium, like, okay, so the pilot doesn't get sniped through the front or through the... But there's no armor here. You have these huge wing roots and you have the big Mickey Mouse ears engines, and you also have like just these long wings. There's so much space that even if they don't aim very well or you're trying to roll, you have all this wing that gets clipped. And you're slow, so you can't really get out of the way of head-ons very well. And you just kind of like big like this and you get smacked. So even though you have the G8 UA, it's not actually like, or GA U8, it's not actually that good in head-ons. A10s in math, there's no superiority. I mean, in Araby, I don't know. I've had monster games, like 6-7 kill games at A10. And then you have games where you kind of just get the first, someone who's fast and good, like a good A5 player will just make your life absolutely miserable because they will just stay out of range of your missiles, or they'll, and they'll just pressure you until you're going 200 kilometers an hour and then someone will shoot you. Hey, support by fire, you're good at dealing but not good at shooting. Yeah, ARB is a lot about just being able to hit shots. I wish people would say that more often. If you go on Reddit and they're like, oh, how do I fly XYZ plane, or how do I do whatever? And then they're like, I watch YouTube videos and I climb properly and I get altitude and I boom and zoom and then nothing happens because I just miss my shots. And honestly, like, you can play arcade to learn how to lead properly with the different guns, because a lot of being good at ARB is hitting shots. It's like weirdly kind of twitchy. You do have to actually shoot successfully, and you don't get like a clue on, if I'm shooting this MiG-17, I need to figure out like how far I'm going to lead him. I'd shoot up here-ish maybe, and I need to guess how he's going to maneuver. And you don't get that many chances at it either, right? So you have to make sure not to trust the aiming reticle and air arcade, yeah. But it gives you an idea of how far to lead, right? Like someone's coming, like especially in jets, the number one shot that you're gonna need to hit that's tricky is someone coming across the front of you, right? So I'm here and they're turning and I'm cutting off their turn, right? Like this, and I need to know how much to lead them at speeds. So depending on the guns that you have, it could be half your screen. If you watch somebody really good, like if you watch Defen's videos, or if you watch like Villasy or somebody like that, you can see them basically just firing one burst on deflection shots like that and routinely getting kills. And that's taking advantage of your maneuverability to put yourself in those positions, that you still got to hit those shots. Like, there's some games where I'll do it and it feels awesome and you're like, yes, I did it, like 4 or 5 kills. And there's other games where I'm just spraying my gun into oblivion and nothing's happening. I think that's the difference between guys that get consistently 3-4 kill games and people that get, 1-2 kill games and then sometimes get 3-4 kill games, like myself. Is actually being able to aim well. All right, let me see. No A5Cs. We're top-ish tier here because these are 9.0. We are top tier, actually. Woohoo! We have awesome missiles and nobody has flares. You're great at aiming tanks, but not at planes, yeah. Tanks are a different aiming process. You have to instinctually recognize the tank shape and all the armor and know where to aim on the armor and stuff, though. Who is this up here? Somebody. I need my team to be alive before I get here, though. Not a single player for the enemy team has died yet. That's not a good sign. We have one. Okay, so actually, not too bad. So these missiles have surprisingly long range, and planes at this BR are surprisingly slow. So I can probably shoot, like this Vautour, I can shoot from easily that far out. Well beyond the range that I would normally fire missiles on. Is this A-10 not... I locked up his missile. All right, I am not taking a head-on against another A-10. F-100 has no flares. These missiles are 30G, but they're powered, and so they don't... Oh, he's dead. Oh, is he? No, he's not. Okay. Oh, see? That shot I just missed. That's one of those where I absolutely should have hit that shot. He snapped back into me. I have a Vulcan, which would have made short work of him. I need to dive here. I need to... Yeah. And then I got slow, and now everybody just blitzes through me and I'm dead. Yeah. Shouldn't have chased the F-100 up high. That was poor decision making. My team sort of just died around me. I should have stayed low. Should have stayed low instead of pulling myself up like that. And you're so slow, it's difficult to dodge. It's difficult to dodge supersonic jets in this thing, no matter what you do. We got the cover now. I guess we'll just go for gun upgrades now. Because I the night vision and the... what are they called? Mavericks. I don't need. Because I don't play ground RB. So they'll be the last things that I get on here. Let's play the Saber. This is one of my favorite jets in the entire game. We played it a couple of streams ago, I think. I wish there was a good customization skin for it. I just have a couple of user skins from the from War Thunder Live that I like for it. The standard camouflage for it's pretty lame. This looks cool, but honestly, I think this is my favorite. This one here. Question since I'm an adult. Want to play Japanese? No skids. Oh, do I have time on Sunday? I don't know. I mean, weekends are tricky. If I'm on, I'll be on Discord. If someone likes you, but you don't like them back, and you said no, what do you do? That's what you do. Make sure you actually communicate that clearly. Be like, I mean, kindly. Don't be an ass. But just, you know. You can't be like, oh well, let's hang out later, but not right now, and hope somebody gets the hint, kind of thing. Like it is a bit helpful to be a bit more, even if it's not comfortable. Like, hey, I'm not really interested in you in that way. You know, can we stay friends? You know, whatever. But you know, make sure that you make it clear what you're actually saying no to. Yeah, be clear. And also, don't be an ass. Like, there's a way to do that that's where you're communicating, but you're still remaining some level of kindness. I mean, I think we've all been probably in the other situation where you expressed interest in somebody and they told you that they weren't interested, and there's a way where that's really painful and a way that's only slightly painful. Trying to be kind, it is hard. But I will tell you, as an adult, the people that I'm friends with, the people that I work with, that I collaborate with the most, are the kind ones, and the ones who I don't enjoy being around and don't enjoy cooperating with or whatever are generally the unkind ones. It's very rare that there's somebody who's unkind that you really want to spend time with. And you don't want other people saying you're unkind. Oh, this is tough with this. This is a full up tier. This is 10.0 game. Or 9.7? T2 is 9.7. Maybe it's a 9.7 game. Things are going to be faster than me. There's going to be MiG-21s in this game, so we're going to have to put our tippy-toe dancing shoes on. Well, I mean, you don't have to accept being harassed either, you know. But like I said, try to stay kind, and make sure you're very clear as well. And if you have somebody that's a mutual friend, you can also tell them, hey, you know, our third person that we know is not getting the hint. Sometimes people don't hear things that they don't want to hear. A4 is in space. What you doing up this high, buddy? Alright, see, MiG-17, that's a fun dogfight. Getting donked on by a MiG-21 with R-60s, which is gonna happen. Not so much fun. Oh, they're all, look at this, they're all chasing that Vautour. The curse of this BR, one Vautour running from base to base, bombing, and everyone chasing it. That's how it used to be before the, oh, he didn't dodge missiles very well, never mind. Before the supersonics came, because the supersonics just wreck Vautours. The Vautour is faster than most of the other subsonics. This guy is absolutely in space, which is a problem. The T2, the T2 is really fast. Look at that MiG-17. I need to watch him. Is he gonna dive on me, or is he just sort? What you doing, buddy? Where is he going? Okay. Well, as long as he's not directly diving on me right now, then we're gonna go kill this A-10. Because I need, actually, weirdly enough, I want these missiles out of the game. While there's a chance to easy kill him, because he's at altitude, I'm now not in any danger from his missiles, his gun, anything like that. I want to. Alright, well, he's hit.
Awesome.
Ooh, I got too far away from him. I needed to stay closer, and I needed to kill him on that first pass. Again, with the shooting, I didn't actually shoot very well, and he lived through that first pass. I should have actually just blown him out of the sky. That was a mistake. Wow, our team just got wrecked. We have one guy left alive. That was a mistake by me, though. I needed to maneuver a little bit harder right off the way. All right, let's go again. I absolutely needed to kill that guy on that first pass. It was kind of poor shooting. But that's the thing, right? Where you make the right play, an ARB, and then you don't hit your shots, and then you're kind of in a bad spot if you don't hit your shots. It would have been nice if maybe I credited one of his engines or something like that, but. This is a 10.0 game, so it's a full up tier because there's F4Cs. Oof. That means there's going to be A5s in this game too. So
Attention to the designated grid zone.
I kind of need to be smart. I'm almost wondering if just being on the deck is better for me. At altitude, the missiles are better. The lower you are, the worse a missile is because it's got heavier air that it has to maneuver in, so it burns more energy. So especially once the rocket motor burns out, then the missile rapidly loses its energy. He's smart, so you need to wing it. Well, I need to not get winged by an A5 or a Mirage. But A5 is the one I'm really kind of concerned about the most. It's really hard to dodge magics in this thing. I can dodge a lot of stuff. And I can generally stay far enough away from our 60s that you can see them coming with the magics. The magics are tricky. Yeah, don't lie. Absolutely don't lie. There's never, yeah, that is never the answer. It makes it worse for everybody involved. Please don't lie. You are not going to be solving anything with lying. Okay. Oh, one of our premium Drakens died to a Vatur. In a head-on. Is the Vatur going to come back to try to bomb this base, or is he done? I think he's going to try to come back to bomb this other base. So let's be ready to cut him off. And it's not really important to kill Vaturs, but on the other hand, apparently, I mean, because you can always kill them at the end of the game. They're not really a threat to kill people in air-to-air combat unless you head them on, like that guy did. If two people diving and giving up altitude to kill the Vatur, I mean, he's dead, I guess. Look at this A5. Oh, no. That A5 has working missiles still, and he is dead, which means nobody's paying attention to him. I need to actually watch out for him, because I do not want to get magicked from space. Is he dead? Oh, he dead, okay. I thought he was flying, like half dead, flying with part of a wing, but he's just spiraling down from space. MiG-17, let's dodge the head-on. Keep extending away. I don't want to catch a missile up my tailpipe. Just gotta be careful. It's they're AIM-9B knockoffs, so they're not particularly nasty missiles, but eminently dodgeable if you're watching, but you have to be watching. And MiG-17's got a ton of speed. Let's see if he watches a missile. I kind of want him to like waste ammo. Where's our A-10? Our A-10 just turned in front of that. Okay, that 17 is strung out now. He's gonna die to one of those. Look at that A-10 right behind him. Yeah, he's. MiG-19, I have no chance in the vertical. My team is destroying. Okay, alright. Well, I guess we just try to kill this MiG-17. Nobody else really for me to dogfight. This game got over in a hurry. And MiG-17, I think, is going to kill that A-10. Yeah, alright. But we have quite a lot of speed on him. Please don't get just missiled by Quengle Dingle. Alright. He rolled under that deflection shot. I gotta watch out this 2v1.
The victory is near.
The problem is by having to roll out of that MiG-19, I now have MiG-17 on my tail. And that's going to be hard for me to dodge. I mean, I think we have enough distance. Yeah, we have enough distance. The problem is MiG-19 again. I simply cannot compete with the MiG-19 performance-wise. It's just not even, like, he can just rocket into space whenever he wants. I can't do anything about him. Bye-bye. He gone. Okay, he's left, and Valtour maybe? Or somebody. This game is just defensive flying galore. like killing enemy planes via bombs. I mean, if they're absolutely insistent on chasing you, Tours do it for relatively regularly, or used to back in the day. There's people rush behind them, trying to kill them, and then the Tour just drop the bombs. This MiG-19 though, he can just stay up there, and there's nothing I can do to get to him. Absolutely nothing. His power to rate ratio, his acceleration, and his ability to climb are just so far beyond anything that I have. I mean, watch this. He's just going to pull away from me. And then if he goes into a vertical, he's just extra gonna pull away from me. Nothing I can do. I mean, maybe this Harrier breaks back to me and I cut off his brake. Nope, he's gonna go vertical. Oh. All right, Mr. UFO, what am I supposed to do to you? There are very few planes at 10.0 that outperform MiG-19s. Well, he just got missiled. But there's almost nothing at 9.0 that's even, I mean, can even sniff them. He just pulls away from me. He once dropped a 1-ton bomb on Gingerbread Man. He probably deserved it. Well, this is a fun game. You're too slow to get into the main furball at the beginning, and then you kind of just have to defensive fly to stay alive. If you get kills, it's because someone presents himself easily. But I don't know. I mean, this is sort of how it is with a lot of the 9.0 jets right now in full up tiers. Glad my team won. Weirdly enough, sometimes it's easier to get kills in games where your team is losing. I mean, you're gonna lose, but you can get 1 or 2 kills because everybody's like suicidally throwing themselves at you. Games where the other team is trying to stay alive, woof. The guy J'd out, by the way, in his runway, so. Did he? Yeah, I mean, he's J'd out. He's not coming back in the game. He dropped his bomb load and he's done. Or is he coming back? I'm very confused. That didn't kill him. It was a full burst. AI planes, I swear, have the most tankiest damage models. If you shot an actual CL-13, a player flown CL-13 at that angle right in the wing root, they would not come back. Yeah, this guy's just hanging out on his runway, I guess. Getting RP until the game is over? I'm not. There you go. That took a while. Did you tell me about the Hyundai RC car you... No, wait, you won an RC car on Twitter? Like from Hyundai itself, from the company? What kind of RC car was it? That I'm intrigued to hear about. Let's see, do people join the squad? Oh, we have a couple people join the squadron. We have 10 now. Welcome, welcome, people joining the squadron. All right. I can't believe you won an RC car on Twitter. I know you've been trying to buy a car, you said, but winning an RC car? That's new. What do I want to play? Let's play the F5 again. Actually, you know what? Let's play the... What here? I kind of want to play the F80 again. Because it was something I'm grinding. Let's just do it. Let's play the missile bus one more time. F4 in space. You joined the squad? Thanks, man. Yeah, welcome. We have a Discord server as well linked. All right, Hyundai sponsored the prize? Hyundai sponsored the price. Skids, you're English. Hyundai sponsored something. The tweet didn't get much traction. You randomly found it, and so you... Okay. All right. Well, cool. Good for you. Oh, God. Someone's flying a Mirage F1. Lots of these Kafir C2s, the event Kafir as well, by the way, which is not a great plane. Ooh. F-104S. A man of taste and discernment. He'll find weird stuff on my server. Dad jokes mostly. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planes with pulse Doppler radars. And I imagine the enemy team is going to have 7 or 8 with effective low-level head-on weapons. So this is gonna be tricky. But we'll climb again. Maybe somebody will be up there for us to find. You'll post pictures of it? Yeah. What kind of RC car is it? Like, I'm assuming it's a Hyundai? Like, is it a race car? What is Hyundai? Is it just what does Hyundai make even? An Elantra or something like that? What's the sedan? Or die laughing if you just got an RC sedan. Oh, there are people up here. Cutting J70s. God, I hate J70s so much. They are so maneuverable, and now that they have their missiles have been buffed to be basically the best missiles in the game, they're mega annoying. But they're mostly it's just because they're so maneuverable. They're freaking impossible to get your nose around on. Sometimes it's hard to just launch missiles at them because you can't get them inside the receiver, like the seeker head's tracking. But we can lock him up here now. Come on, I know you're here. Ooh, who is that? Stop locking the chaff. Lock the MiG-27. See, basically that guy spammed chaff so much that I wasn't able to lock him up on the radar. And that's the much more effective use of chaff there. If you're going to be at altitude, you know that you might be at risk. Problem now, I need to make sure the J7 or the J8s don't PL5 me from below. Those PL5s with the insane range are so annoying to deal with. It's a touring car. All right, let's do one more. The Chinese teams are really good right now. Those missiles are super annoying. That MiG-27, though, if you know you're going to be up there, now the thing is he's out of countermeasures. The MiG-27 doesn't have a huge countermeasure containment, but if early game like that, you want to be up at altitude and you don't want to get radar missiled while you're doing it, make sure you consistently pop chaff so that no one can actually radar lock you. On the deck, that doesn't matter because there'll be pulse Dopplers, and the pulse Doppler ignores it and just goes straight to the chaff and lock it up. But it's quite effective against F4s, for example. Is this a top tier game? Yep. C7s. A lot of Phantoms. A lot of the Pulse Doppler Phantoms, the British Pulse Doppler Phantoms. And Biggins. So I'll let all these guys stay low, or low-ish, and I will climb. Go to chemistry, yeah, use the gross metric system, aka the only system that you can actually do science in. Can I have 1/4 ounce of something? Welcome back, Support by Fire. I saw you earlier in the chat. You crashed, huh? Okay. Welcome back. Let's climb. This is a cool camouflage pattern, though. The Greeks had awesome looking F4s. It's a cool way by adding these sort of like creator-made, you know, community-made camouflages and stuff into the game to have air forces that aren't represented. Like, they're not gonna make a Greek air force tree, but if you're Greek, like, you could have a, or like, you know, I get the Austrian skin for the Draken. It's kind of cool that you can fly an Austrian skinned plane, even though they're never gonna add an Austrian air force to War Thunder. So that's kind of cool. I want to start accelerating. Look at these guys. All down on the deck. Oh, our F4J just... He headed on 6 planes. Pulse Dopplers. Maybe... J8B... Man, they close so quickly. So I'm going to launch really far out. I do not think that's going to hit. I mean, there's a chance it'll hit, but I think it's pretty... Yeah, okay, I think it's... But he realizes he's being radar locked now. He's going to start closing. And my radar broke on the chaff. No chance. No chance. I should have climbed again. I wanted to see if I could pop that MLA with the Dogfight Sparrow, but even the E2 doesn't break hard enough to do that in the vertical. And as soon as early game, if you pitch up, your engines are pointed down towards the entire squad of people. It's not worth doing. When I didn't kill that J8, I should have just stayed up high. You wouldn't mind seeing a Swiss BF-109 skin. Isn't there one available already? Doesn't one of the BF-109s already have a skin, a Swiss BF-109 skin? Or am I wrong? I mean, there's certainly the Romanian one, right? Like, this one is Romanian. There isn't a Swiss 109 skin? Somewhere buried in one of these G-series... No, because these are all German skins for the G6s. I think there is one. I might be wrong. It's not like the easiest thing to search, right, to find out exactly what's available for every single one of them. But I think, well, if not, suck at Switzerland, the second best Alpine country. At least there's official Austrian skins, right? So, if, like, my Draken, yeah, there you go. So, if that's the case, then superior to Switzerland. I haven't looked to see. Oh, no, there is a Swiss skin in the game, but it's not BF-109. There is, as I have it, there is the Hawker FGA 9. This skin is a Swiss skin, obviously. So, there's at least this one. There's a Swiss skin in the game. But I don't know about for the BF-109s. I mean, I would be surprised if there isn't one. I'm sure there's a community. I mean, I know there's a community one, but I don't know if there's a community one that's in the actual game client or not. But yeah, there is a Swiss skin here for the FGA 9. All right, let's play my favorite premium, my favorite plane in the game, the F5C. Which I rep the Canadian version of the F5C. Do I have an American skin for it? No, because the only other skin is just the standard skin. Yeah. But I think I collected a few other user skins for it. But the Canadian skin is cool. It's kind of sweet. I'll be surprised. I would be surprised if there wasn't a Swiss BF-109 skin. I mean, I haven't looked. I gotta say, I'm aware of all the Austrian skins, so I have not looked to see if there's a Swiss skin. I mean, we have a Bangladeshi skin in the game, right? The A5C has a Bangladeshi skin as a Pakistan. The default one is a Pakistani one. I know there's also a Bangladeshi A5C and Bangladeshi service that's available. So there's a bunch of small countries that are, you know, smaller militaries. And Bangladesh is not a small country population-wise, but militarily-wise. Bangladesh is a huge country population-wise. Are we up-tiered or not? Oh boy. This is 11.3. Full up-tier. This is gonna suck. There is a BF. Which BF 109 is it for? I want to look at it now. I think you have permission to put links in chat, Skids, if you want to link it. The BF 109 E3. All right, I'll look at it. And the German tree? Because the Swiss 109 skin is pretty cool looking. I wish they would add a Swiss skin for the F5s. They could add an Austrian skin for the S5s because they Austria borrowed Swiss F5s a little while back when they took the Drakens out of service. Austria borrowed, I think, a dozen, something like this, F5s from Switzerland. They served in the Austrian Air Force for a while before being returned back to Switzerland. They were just leased until the Eurofighters came. So you could have technically Swiss and Austrian F5 skins. Should be kind of sweet. Brazilian as well? I'm surprised we don't have Brazilian skin. There's a bunch of stuff they could use. Using a German tank the best is the King. I do not play ground RB. I have a feeling the Leopard 2 is probably the best, just being top tier. But I don't know. The King Tiger's any good? Skids, you played ground RB. I have no idea if the King Tiger's any good or not. I really never play tanks. Shut up with the flaps and actually raise them on takeoff. Oh, look at this, Canada. I have to have armed forces and a force armée. Look at me, I'm Canadian, I speak French. That's what this airplane is saying. See, this is the problem. I have no ability to counter radars. I cannot really dogfight anybody because as soon as I get slow, I'm going to get slammed. At 11.3, this plane struggles. It was all right when 11.0 was top tier. It's slow and armor gets shot, but who in World War II tanks is shooting Heat FS? Does he get up tiered and face like Korean War or Vietnam era tanks? It gets up tiered, okay. It is weird to adjust like strength in War Thunder. Sometimes is basically just what BR range. Is it at a BR range where it sees higher tiers almost constantly? Because some planes in tanks do and some don't. Are you paying attention, Mr. Bissau? Yes, you are, sadly. And there is no way that I'm following a Bissau. Or Bis SAU, actually, I think technically is the... I just simply... Oh, wait. Am I going to kill an MLD with a... No. Okay. I was like... Oh, it's an MF. Okay. Let's see. If I killed a... a MiG-23 with one of those missiles, I would have laughed. Hey, there's an A5. Hey, buddy. What are you doing in this game? That is a 10.0 and an 11.3 game, so someone cheered up with their 10.3 buddy and got top tier. That MiG-23 is slow. That means he's very maneuverable. He's slower than me, which means he turns better than me. And in jets, weirdly enough, in a 1v1, you want to be slower, but by being slower, you just die to everybody else around. See, he's dead now. I bet that SMT is who he was squatted with. Oh, I'm so slow now myself. Make sure there's no one shooting me from behind. Is there anybody left? There's a few people left. Oh, playing F5, C at top tier, you stay alive, and then you go kill ground things for RP. That MiG-21 is way above me. I do have my speed back. Oh, he just ripped. Oh, one of them ripped. Not this guy. This is a different MiG-21. Okay. Oh, this is the SMT. Okay. SMT I can't fight because he will get slow. Oh, missed. Let's get speed back up. We are too slow. Both of those guys are dead now. Time to go kill some tanks. Cheers, kids.
Heading to the base.
All right. Not too much left alive on the enemy team. Let's preserve some fuel here. I gotta make sure I don't get dove on here. But again, why this plane is awesome as a premium grinder. I didn't get any air kills. And if I didn't get any air kills like a MiG-21 SPS or something like that, there's nothing I can do. I can't just go around and kill tanks. And instead, I'm gonna kill a bunch of tanks, and I'm gonna get plenty of RP and Silver Lions, even though I didn't actually kill any air vehicles. All right, so that just killed 4 tanks right there. 5 tanks. I'm saving my ammo for things that are valuable. Oh, there's another MiG-21 way over there. Right, so tanks are valuable for me to kill because they actually give tickets and they help us win the game. Oh, he chased that MiG-21 all the way to the airbase and died. Why? Why? We're
winning.
So not only by killing these tanks am I getting rewards, but I'm also making sure my team wins the game. Just killing like armored cars and AA and stuff like that doesn't burn tickets. Killing tanks burns tickets. Try not to get too slow. I do have to make sure there is a plane still alive. Okay, it's the guy that landed, so I actually don't have to watch out too much. I need to get faster. I'm a little too slow right now. 8, one more tank kill, and I will be guaranteed to get Thunderer, which is also a nice reward. Gives you a bunch of extra Silver Lions. So this is why this plane, I said this plane's my favorite. You can have air combat set up, and you can still go grind super effectively. I spec to bases to my left, right? Yeah, okay. I wonder if I can kill this set of tanks here on the way back to base. I gotta watch my fuel consumption. What I don't want to do is accidentally run out of fuel. That would be bad. And I don't want this one MiG-21 to jump me. Which would also be bad. But we have now a huge ticket lead, which one MiG-21 can't make up. So as long as this MiG-21 doesn't kill my entire team, we've now won the game. And therefore I get more rewards. So it helps the grind. There you go. And that is 10. So for sure, Thunderer.
Let's keep the pressure on.
And I think Thunderer is 7,500 or 10,000 Silver Lions by itself. So that's having 9 kills, 9 ground kills. And being the most kills in the game. Nobody else is going to be close to me, right? I killed 10. So I'm almost more effective at killing ground targets in ARB than an A10 is, right? Because you just need a bit of pen You don't need to have the massive, like, GAU8 levels of pen. And now I'm third in the team. 1,400 points just going around and killing tanks after the game was kind of wrapped up. That's why I think this is such a consistent grinder. It's just the best rank 6 premium. It's not even close. You killed an army of tanks to the bottom, yeah. If you catch them in the right spot. And we landed. Miyarm, time to go kill maybe that last MiG-21. Oh, he's in the middle of the map killing people. He's gonna die now. Never mind. What do we have, an F8 and an F4 over there? Yeah, there he is. He's dogfighting both of them. Yep. Oh, he died in a head-on. F8 killed him with guns and then... Well played by the F8. 3 kills. Good game by him. So I still got 15,000, even though I didn't kill any enemy players, I got 15,000 RP and 51,000 Silver Lions, partly because I got Thunder, just 7,500 Silver Lions just by itself. So it just makes the grind, like even when you have bad games, you still grind awesomely with this plane. It's just the best rank 6 premium, not even close. All right, I'm gonna play one more game with the F8E. The Crusader, the last gunfighter. Let's try it again with the radar missiles. Let's see what the matchmaking throws our way. I might change if it's higher than 10.3 game. Then I'll change. I won't run the radar missiles. I think they're only really useful when you're top tier because you're shooting things without chaff. And you're shooting things that people aren't paying attention. They don't have radar warning receivers maybe, and they're not looking for radar missiles. They're not expecting it at that tier. I've certainly been killed randomly by missiles I wasn't expecting under those circumstances. I think when you're up tiered, people are expecting it. Let's see, are we going to get... Yeah, see, this is... No, we are definitely not running those missiles. We are going to run... You know what, we should mark this as a favorite, though. But we want that 4. AMD&Ds. I got 4, yeah. Oh, my man is stuck here with the 2 AIM-9Bs. Those are going to hit absolutely nothing at 10.3. Oh, sucks. Those are bad missiles. He's only got 2 of them. And he's fighting 11.0s. 11.3s because his MLAs. Oh boy. Sorry, my man. Alright. I do want to have a bit of altitude. I am very ineffective on the deck. And I'm just going to eat a pulse stop or MLD. Like R24 right in the cockpit. So let's just go ahead and climb. 6,000 meters or so. What I want to be is, I don't want to be in that first wave of like missile exchange, and this thing is, I'm going to lose it head on against 11.3s. At least early game when everybody's got their pulse dopplers fired up and they've got all their missiles loaded. Later in the game, as missiles have been expended, people start paying attention, then you can kind of get lower. But right now, up here, the difference between the missiles is a little bit less. The 9Ds are quite effective at altitude, and I'm less likely to get smoked by a Der Krampus. See, like that F4E doesn't have a pulse operator. You did not have the ability to fire back there. You're basically attempting to dodge incoming missiles if you don't have a pulse doppler at the opening furball. Oh, that Draken, Jesus. Look at this Krampus. Jeez. MiG-23 is so good.
Our victory is near.
I think I'm above everybody. I think I can probably... Okay, we're getting a few kills here, but not enough. We have 4 already dead and they have 2, so we kind of lost the... This is what happens against the MiG teams, is generally you'll lose the opening exchange and then it's a snowball, because... But I don't think this MiG-23 is paying a lot of attention, and if you're not paying attention, the AIM-9Ds can wreck you from altitude. Yep. So I just killed an 11.3. I just killed the best plane in the game. Oh, I should have hit that shot. That was really poor. He rolled the right way. Okay, now I need to... I am more maneuverable than most everything here, but if I get slow with that many people behind me, I am not dodging missiles. Because even if you flare, if you're not moving away from where the missile was headed towards, it's just going to run you down. Is that Vigan paying attention? He is, but that means he had to move. Where did my shells go there? Well, he's very slow. But Vigan is really slow. Kind of want to take advantage of that. Not often that you get... I mean, he is very slow. And he's very dead now. God, look at this MiG-23. Your flight model is made out of absolute 100% stellinium, or whatever the heck that... Brezhnevian. Yeah, I mean, I'm just... It's 2v1. The problem is it's 2 planes that he is just so much faster than. He's just going to outrun me. Is he going to try to come back and fight this, or is he just bailing? If he comes back to fight this, I've got a chance. Do not have the roll rate to do that. Oh, is he really gonna try to fight me? Maybe, I think this guy's Austrian, by the way. Der Krampus, that's a really Austrian name. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I ripped my wing. Oh. Oh, that's unfortunate. It does happen to the F8s from time to time. It does high wings. Under high wing loading, if you snap roll too hard, you can rip the wings out. I haven't ripped the wing on F8 in a long time. I was trying to be quite aggressive with the maneuvering there. Should have been able to kill them, actually, if I'd have gotten a little bit slower. And the thing is, if he commits to the dogfight and you both get slow, I can get slower and a bit more maneuverable. I got wrecked, doesn't matter for killing. I killed an MLD, right? Yeah. It's disappointing. I wish I hadn't ripped the wing there. I mean, it counts as a crash. He didn't get the kill for it, but just rip straight off. So these high wing routes, sometimes if you have extra high wing loading when you roll, this F8 doesn't tear as bad as the other F8 does. This F8, the F8U2 tears all the time. You just rip wings off all the time. Anyways, cheers, guys. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out. Friday stream is kind of unusual, but we did it. And I will see you guys next week, Tuesday, as normal, regular stream. Cheers, everybody. Thanks.